It's not easy creating a spin-off. Viewers have pretty strong expectations heading into it, and most of the time those expectations are shattered once the show hits the air. But ever so rarely, showrunners do manage to strike gold twice. Believe it or not, there have been a few spin-offs that have actually run longer than the show that spawned them. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's video. So keep watching. First up, at number 10, The Simpsons.
Nacho Man.
A lot of you might find this as a surprise, but The Simpsons are actually a spin-off. You see, the show first gained popularity as a series of animated shorts on The Tracey Ullman Show way before Fox made it into a show in 1989. Given how quickly the show got popular, it isn't surprising that it outlasted The Tracey Ullman Show's 4-season run. Today, The Simpsons is one of the longest-running series of all time and is still going strong, with its 34th season airing through 2022-23. As the show is making progress, it's also developing a taste for pop culture parody and a humorous ability to predict the future, both of which have kept fans coming back for more. Next at number 9, Law & Order Special Victims Unit. We all know Law & Order was a huge success, lasting 20 seasons before being shelved in 2010. We honestly can't even imagine how such a successful show has a spin-off that would outperform it, but that's exactly what Law & Order Special Victims Unit did, becoming the longest-running TV series in the US when its 21st season premiered in 2019. With its 24 seasons to date, it continues to captivate audiences with its brilliant detective duo solving some of the most heinous cases seen in a crime drama series. Moving on to number 8, Happy Days. A 5-season mush comedy anthology series, Love American Style, aired from 1969 to 1974. Each episode told a different story circling around a classic tale of good old American love. One of its episodes, Love and the Happy Days, featured a young red-haired man named Richie Cunningham. Apparently, this episode was a de facto pilot for a new spin-off series. Cunningham later went on to star in the show titled Happy Days. The show succeeded as a feel-good throwback to the idealized family utopia of the 1950s after premiering in 1975. Fonzie and the gang were invited into homes across America every Friday night during its 11-season run from the 1970s to the 1980s. And despite being so old, the TV series remains really popular. Coming in at number 7, The Jeffersons. All in the Family revolved around the Bunker family, who later were joined by new neighbors named George and Louise Jefferson. This new family was such a hit with the audiences that they ended up getting a spin-off to their name. The show was titled The Jeffersons and lasted 11 seasons, which was surprisingly longer than All in the Family's 9 seasons. Now, spin-offs usually try to follow the same premise as the original show to avoid straying too far from the source material, but The Jeffersons avoided this by relocating their lead characters to a new neighborhood. The show regularly addressed issues such as alcohol addiction, gun control, racism, and suicide, bagging 14 Emmy nominations during its tenure. And even though the series lasted for 11 long years, the quality wasn't compromised. Now at number 6, NCIS. JAG aired between 1996 and 2005 and revolved around solving military cases. In its 8th season, it aired what would later become NCIS Police Procedural Series, which, like JAG, mainly revolves around crimes associated with the military and their personnel. An innovative approach was made to make sure that they deliver something new and interesting, yet fitted inside a structure that fans find recognizable. This spin-off got so popular that its 20th season aired this year, not to mention how its storyline evolves every episode to keep the viewers hooked to the show. The fact that this spin-off generated 3 of its own spin-offs is proof of its popularity. Taking the 5th spot, The Flash. Despite its 8-season run, Arrow's legacy will be best known for its many spin-off series. Arrow premiered in 2012 and quickly became a popular superhero TV show. The Flash was one of the most notable out of them. The show succeeded in surpassing Arrow's popularity as it followed DC's legendary speeding superhero on his adventures in Central City. It's a great example of superhero entertainment that's both relatable and entertaining. This show got so popular among the audience that its premiere was watched by 4.8 million viewers, making it the CW's most watched and highest-rated series premiere. The popularity remained the same as its 8th season was one of the CW's most-watched shows and also ranked among its most streamed titles. Its 9th and last series will be aired in 2023. At number 4, we have Benson. Usually, spin-offs are put on air after the original show ends, but this isn't the case with Benson, as it began while soap was still on air. Benson Dubois, the Tate family's butler, left to serve as Governor Eugene X's head of household, which led to the spin-off. This show lasted for 7 years, 3 years longer than its original. Its popularity made Benson win the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series. Benson is an example of how changes can significantly increase a spin-off success. Lead character develops a lot of character and ends up playing more of the governor's right-hand man than he did Elliott as a butler. The change in genre was effective as well, given how entertaining Benson is in the original program. Making the spinoff a sitcom turned out to be a great decision. Next up at number 3, The Facts of Life. A spinoff has never been introduced more smoothly. After excelling in her role as the widower Phil Drummond's maid in The Different Strokes, which started in 1978 till 1986, she gets a job in a boarding school as a house mother and gets her own show, The Facts of Life, which lasted for 9 long years. It captivated the viewers by going above and beyond just humor. Each episode focuses on the value of morals, with Ms. Garrett going the extra mile to make sure none of the learners under her supervision deviate from the path. The drama is intensified by a few rivalries, and most importantly, the dialogue is as humorous as possible. With 9 seasons under its belt, The Facts of Life surpassed Different Strokes' 8 seasons to become one of NBC's most popular shows of the time. Now, taking second place, Family Matters. From the sitcom Perfect Strangers, which was about 2 cousins who couldn't stand each other, came Family Matters, which is about the funny Afro-American Winslow family living in Chicago. Initially, this spin-off didn't look like a success, but just then it introduced the nerdy neighbor Steve Urkel, who was popular with the public. He was only supposed to appear in 1 episode. However, he indirectly took over the show and ended up being one of the greatest sitcom characters ever. Airing for 9 seasons, Family Matters became the second longest live TV U.S. sitcom and won the NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Actor in a Comedy Series. Finally, at number 1, Better Call Saul. Okay, so you probably saw this one coming from a mile away. It goes without saying that Better Call Saul is the single best spin-off series to have ever been made. Like, this show is so good, we're willing to bet most people don't even remember it's a spin-off. But it wasn't always like this. Given how popular Breaking Bad was, it struck a lot of people by surprise when the network announced that Saul Goodman was getting his own show. Many people criticized the move and claimed that it'd destroy Breaking Bad's legacy. While this might seem like a dumb concern with hindsight, it was pretty valid back then. You see, networks don't really have a great track record when it comes to adapting spin-offs from super popular shows. Just look at the time they tried to turn Joey into a thing. They're usually quick cash grabs with little to no substance behind them. But that was never the case with Better Call Saul. It's safe to say that the show's skeptics were quickly silenced, with Better Call Saul proving to be a huge success that added depth to and built upon the legacy of Breaking Bad instead of leeching off of it. The show follows Jimmy McGill, also known as Saul Goodman. The thing about Saul is that even though he can't always tell what's truly wrong or right, he always fights for what he believes in. You can't always agree with him, but you still kinda get his intentions. The show's acclaimed 6th and final season saw it overtake Breaking Bad's 5-season run, an achievement that even the most optimistic fan couldn't have predicted when the series first started airing in 2015. That's a wrap for this video. What's your favorite spin-off series? Also, are there any other spin-offs you think could overtake their original series? Let us know in the comment section below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you next time with another entertaining video just like this one.